Welcome, little one. This is your first day. Your designation will be RP-01/138. We expect great things from you. You have been born into dangerous times. A sharp mind can be the key to survival. But as often as not, it will be your inherent physical traits that win the day. And in this regard, you will be superior to your more common brethren. For you are a commando, an elite unit, something truly special. Your weapons, your armor, and most importantly, your brothers. The Ifer of our world hunt in pods to bring down much larger prey. So too shall you join the three brothers and become fierce hunters for the Republic. Now, join your pod and embrace your destiny as their leader. Join Delta Squad. Delta 40, your foundation, a pure and uncomplicated soldier. 6-2, the heart and soul of your team. And 07, the fiercest hunter of all your brothers. You are each a piece of a whole person. And the Republic will call you to defend and give your lives if need be.
Sergeant, get those troopers into the gunship!
Ready for liftoff! New gunship, okay, Group B, let's move it! Let's go, push those cannons to the stern! Load the ammo and the ordnance. Let's go, let's go!
Sir, we're gonna split up for the drop, but we'll meet you at the RV on Geonosis. See you planetside, sir.
It's that time of the week again. I've been playing this game on and off for a couple of weeks now, and I couldn't really bring myself to finish it because I had other things going on at the time. But I finally got a chance to finish this game. This game is fairly old. The graphics haven't aged too well, but the gameplay still holds up with unique squad mechanics. The game plays a lot like your average FPS, with the only major difference being that it's set in the Star Wars universe, where you and your squad is sent out to do the Republic's most dangerous missions. There are 3 different mission locations: Geonosis, the Venator, and Kashyyyk. There are a lot of missions spread out over the 3 campaigns, each with unique level designs. For example, Geonosis is basically like a desert planet with huge battleships on its surface, and deep underground facilities that the Geonosians live in, while Kashyyyk is the exact opposite of that. On Kashyyyk, the Wookiees live in tall and very thick trees. Although 3 campaigns might sound like a good thing, the game does start getting a little repetitive towards the end. You'll start to notice a kind of pattern. Kill a bunch of enemies, move on to the next level, kill some more enemies, move on to the next level, kill some more, move on, etc, etc, etc. Now this might not seem like a big issue since this is common in most FPS games, but I do kind of think that with the Clone Wars being an extremely diverse setting for a video game, they could have done some really unique missions, like for example a Starfighter mission, an ATT mission, maybe even a mission where you're fighting on the front lines, or a mission where you're actually fighting together with the Jedi. Sadly, seeing a Jedi is a rarity in this game. The only time I recall seeing one was Master Yoda in the ending cutscene.
Forces, establish forward command in Kajiro.
Is that really who I think it is?
Rendezvous with Delta Squad. We must. Upon them, we rest Macho. Wookiee freedom must not be sacrificed.
Sorry, Deltas. Looks like it's back to the action.
Your standard Republic Commando arsenal consists of multiple familiar weapons you'll find in the Star Wars universe, like the trusty DC-17M blaster, which can be transformed into a sniper rifle.
Sniper mode. Very accurate. Very deadly.
aka garbage, and an anti-armor gun.
There's the anti-armor supplies, sir.
An anti-armor attachment. This should come in handy against all these droids.
Anti-armor. Oh, this is nice, boss. Very nice piece
I found myself using the regular rifle variant the most because of its simplicity and its unrivaled ability to just get the job done. I rarely transformed my rifle into the sniper rifle because it just didn't fit my playstyle and the fire rate was too slow. That's why I tried to avoid it like the plague and only used it when all my other guns were out of ammo. As for the anti-armor gun, I loved using it, but sadly ammo for it was a rarity. The Republic Commandos also have multiple types of grenades that you can lug around whenever you've got enough space in your pockets. You have your regular thermal detonator, which blows up like your usual grenade. Your ECD, electrostatic charge detonator, which stuns droids for a while. The sounding detonator, which to me kinda was just a weaker version of the thermal detonator. And you have your flashbang, which blinds enemies. Those aren't the only weapons you have, because they're weapons that you can pick off of dead enemies, or find lying around the levels. You've got the heavy Trandoshan gun, a lot like a minigun, but with one barrel. Deals a lot of damage. Then there's the Trandoshan SMG, which is a literal pea shooter, which will lightly throw frozen peas at enemies. When using the pea shooter, it's best to aim for the eyes, so you can blind the enemy until you can find an actual weapon and put them out of their pea brain misery. Now the shotgun.
An energy weapon that looks like a slug thrower. I didn't think lizards were that nostalgic.
A fucking shotgun. This shit's my favorite gun in the game. It deals a lot of damage up close and personal, just the way I love it. Then you've got the bowcaster, which can only be found on Kashyyyk, a hot garbage gun for a hot garbage planet, with its only perk being that it looks slightly cool. And when a bowcaster bolt hits surface, it'll bounce around for a while until hitting something a little more meaty. Honestly, this is one of the worst guns in the game, only being beaten by the SMG. I usually found myself without ammo in this game, because I either can't hit anything or I just couldn't hit everything enough, so I had to resort to getting handsy with the melee attack. And that shit looks very cool and is extremely satisfying, especially when you walk right up to a droid through a hail of gunfire and just pop its head off like you were in the kindergarten lunchroom. You can do almost everything your squad can do. The only things you can't do is use heavy weapon, grenade, and sniper rifle spots. Squad members will listen to your commands such as defend here, attack there, and so on, even if it means dying. You can order your squad using the F keys, for example F1, F2, F3, and so on. Ordering your squad to form up means that each squad member will follow you. When you order your squad to take offensive formation, they'll move forwards even if you're far behind them, and they will engage each enemy they encounter. Defending is pretty simple. You order your squad to take defensive formation and they'll defend that spot, and they'll even take cover automatically. When you or your squad dies, you can of course survive them, the only catch being that their health is going to be pretty low. Speaking of low health, you can find bacta stations scattered around the levels of this game. At these stations you can heal yourself and your squad. When you die, you have three options. Order your squad to maintain current orders, order your squad to revive you, and load a save. I gotta be honest here, the one I used the most often was the last option, because most of the time I got my squad stuck in unwinnable situations. Now you might be thinking, that's cool and all, but what can I paint with scorch marks? Something juicy that goes preferably, you know? Well, if you wouldn't have interrupted me, I would have gotten to that part. There are a lot of enemies in this game, droids, Trandoshans, and Geonosians, all of them having multiple enemy variants. For the droids, you have your regular B1s, which are extremely easy to kill, and hardly a threat to anyone. Even my grandma can take 20 of them out while blindfolded, and she's blind. B2s are a quote-unquote threat. They're bullet sponges, contributing to my need to stab the ever-living shit out of everything toaster-shaped. Rockets they shoot out their wrists aren't helping anything either. Then there's a spider droid, which is a huge droid that, well, looks like a spider. And then we got the Magna Guard, droids that use staffs and are bitch to kill, even when I do have the ammo to spare. Now the Trandos, lizard people. There aren't as many Trando types as there are droid types. You have your regular Trando, which uses shotguns and SMGs, and then you have your heavy Trando.
What in death's name is that?
Look out! We need reinforcements! Look, Commando, we sure could use your help, sir. Ah, you cold-blooded...
Who uses the minigun-like weapon I mentioned earlier. You know those hot summer nights when you're trying to fall asleep and there's this annoying buzzing sound that just won't go away no matter how much you swing your arms into the darkness? Yeah, that's the Geonosians. Very gross and a bitch to hit. Luckily, there's only two types. Your melee Geo, who uses a kind of staff to attack you, and you have the fun staff Geos. They use the Get Fucked in 9000 TM patent pending to destroy your whole squad, but once you take one out, you can get their weapon and use it against them. Now let's talk about the ending. If you don't want spoilers, I'll put a timestamp up on the screen that you can skip to for the final score. Did I like the ending? A big fat no. Let me explain. In the final mission, you need to shoot down a separatist frigate. Cool, no problem, right? Correct. When you reach the turbo lasers and shoot the frigate down, Sev gets killed. The rest of your squad wants to go in 7, but your clone advisor tells you to fuck off and get back to the transport. You of course go back to the transport, where the advisor explains some shit, and then the credits roll. That's it. That's the ending. No sad music, no nothing. Instead you get this rock music that's horribly out of place and ruins the moment even more. They could have made the game a bit longer and included Order 66. They could have made us do Order 66, but no. Instead we had this huge gem of an ending. If you can't tell, that was sarcasm. The ending was shit, period. Now that I've vented my hate for the ending, we need to talk about the bugs. But good news, there's not a lot to talk about. Sometimes your squad mates get stuck on geometry.
Let's form up. Hold that position.
Roger that.
And sometimes enemies get stuck in walls. The last complaint that I have is that there is no sprinting. Like, come on, really? How can I be a commando when I can't sprint? In my opinion, that's just kinda fucking dumb. With everything being said, it's time for the final score. And the final score for Star Wars Republic Commando is a solid 7 out of 10. I think that there could have been major improvements to some of the missions to make them less repetitive, and some really big improvements to the ending. If a sequel were to come out, I hope that they improve on these two and on all the other aspects, but I really doubt there's just gonna be a sequel anytime soon. And please add sprinting. Like, seriously. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. Maybe consider supporting me on Patreon. Maybe leave a comment. Maybe like the video. Maybe even subscribe. Again, thank you very much for watching, and as always, I'll see you all next time. Bye bye. Thank you to my veggies, aka Patreons, for supporting what I do.